Oh, hi. I forgot how to make videos. Um, Hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I know. Been really busy with work and kids with them being off school and I kind of disappeared and can't promise I'm going to come back with any kind of regularity, but I'm here now. So let's go into my finale for King of Horror and my intro for the next round of King of Horror. So this is a Fantastic Ladies group collab. It was created by Stephanie. Her Instagram handle is foo_pans, and it is all about the works of Stephen King. The first round of the project was strictly his standalone novels, but the second round, Stephanie has expanded the prompt list and brought in his Richard Bachman novels, which for his pseudonym, obviously, and then a few like collab novels. So it went from 40 prompts to 53. I was working on stuff behind the scenes. I added prompts for everything, or I added items for every prompt that I didn't get to in round one. I did not finish them all, but I brought something in for everything, and I use them at least once. So I'm going to try to go through this a little fast, just because it's been a while and there's a lot to go through. So first, I was working on Firestarter, an item you were pushed to buy by someone else, and that was one of the Melt gel eyeliners. Jen from Project Beauty had bought these, I believe, last fall, and I was like, they're so beautiful. I need to buy them. So this is the shade Estrella. It's a very nice metallic gold, as you can see. Very nice and creamy. I mean, that was like a pretty light swatch, but there it is. My goal was to use it 5 times, and I did use it 5 times. Then the next one, is for Eyes of the Dragon, a fantasy eye product. That's a liquid eyeshadow because I always think that I want them and then I never use them. So this is something I got, I believe, in a Sephora kit or something for holidays last year. This is a Kosas liquid shadow in the shade Heat. And I had a 10-use goal and I only used it twice. And it has nothing to do with the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow itself, because it is beautiful. Okay, honey. Got a little witch. Madeline! Cackling little witch. What are you doing? It has nothing to do with the shade or the formula or anything. It's like I literally hardly wore makeup this summer. So I didn't get uses on pretty much anything in any project. So I only got 2 out of my 10 uses on this one, but it's going back in my collection. Next, for the plant, I feel like I talked about this, but I obviously didn't. And if I did, I'll just talk about it again. The plant, an unfinished graveyard product. The CoverGirl Simply Ageless 3-in-1 foundation. I only had 4 uses left in this before I finished it after I rolled it into this project.
No.
So that is done. Okay, I'm sorry about Madeline. She's in that phase of life, so we're all just going to have to live with it. Then for Misery, an item you are obsessed with. I'm currently obsessed with my Glaminatrix Sugar and Spice palette. It's their newest palette. It is beautiful. I brought it in for No Pan Left Behind, and I did not meet that goal, but that's okay. Then for Needful Things, an item you thought you needed but really don't. I have this MAC Russian Red, and the reason I put it in here is because when we were in Vegas, I bought a second one because I didn't know I had this one. So this is my original one. I'm sending my duplicate to Lisa, but I didn't need another one of these. I had a 5-use goal on it. I only used it once. Then for Dolores Claiborne, an item collecting dust for dust bunnies. I have this blush from Bare Minerals in Golden Gate. This blush is just, no. It's way too, I feel like it's just way too light. Like, look at how powdery and pink that is. That's almost setting powder levels of, no. So I had a 10-use goal on this. I only used it twice, and I'm going to declutter this. because I'm, one, never ever getting through a loose blush, and two, this shade is just way too light. I don't like it. Then for Rose Madder, a pink or rose item, I had this NYX Butter Gloss in Cupcake. It's like a very Barbie pink gloss. I had a 10 use goal and I used it twice. For Bag of Bones, an item that is a curse in some way, I had this NYX Plump Finish Setting Spray. I did finish it. I don't know, the sprayer on this thing was extremely aggressive, and it just, like, I used it as a first spray before I put my primer on, because otherwise it was just like huge droplets of water all over my face. Not a good look. Then The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, a brown item for the woods. I had my Glamlight lip gloss in a S'mores. I had a 10 use goal on it, and I did hit that goal. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, it's obviously used. It's still good, so I don't want to throw it away, but that color is not it. Not for me. So, I don't know. From a Buick 8, an item you bought out of curiosity. I bought the MAC Double Gleam highlighter out of curiosity, because everybody's like always raving about MAC highlighters. And I saw this at TJ Maxx one day. And spoiler alert, it is beautiful. I had a 10 use goal and I only got 5 uses on it. Madeline Cecilia. Okay, next for the Colorado Kid, an item you don't know where it came from, samples, etc. I'm sure this probably came from Ulta, but I don't know. This is an Amika Normcore shampoo and conditioner. It's obviously gone. I remember it smelling good, I think. It was fine. Next for Sell, an item for a category taking over your collection. Obviously eyeshadow. So I have this Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Rose Decadence, one of the 6 pans that Jen sent to me. I had just a No Pan Left Behind goal on it, so I did that. It's very, very pretty. I like it. I especially actually really like this matte right here. But these, I don't know. I'm not getting rid of it or anything by any means, but these metallics and stuff, they're not really metallics, they're shimmers. I just expect a little bit more. So it's pretty and it's nice, and I'm really glad and thankful that Jen sent it to me, but I have better eyeshadows. Then for Duma Key, an item that brings out your artistic side, another eyeshadow palette. This is the Beauty Bay Midnight palette. This is the 16 pan. This is another palette that Jen sent me. I wanted to do No Pan Left Behind, and I didn't even use half the pans. I only used 7. I liked the Beauty Bay formula. I like these shadows. I just, like I said, I was not doing makeup for the majority of the summer, so I just don't have a lot of, use on this stuff. Next, for Under the Dome, a sheer or invisible item, I brought in my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil Translucent. I just put a 10 use goal on it, because even though I do use this every single day, I was like, by the time I brought this in, there's no way I'm going to finish it. So I'm just going to put a 10 use goal on it. I did. I really like this as an under eye setting powder. Let's see. Joyland, an item that makes you a happy hound. Where did it go? When we were in Vegas, I was on the hunt for the Kayali, whatever the new like pistachio perfume was, and I smelled it and I was extremely disappointed, and I'm glad I didn't buy it. But then I was like I really wanted to buy a perfume, so I smelled this, the 7 Virtues Lotus Pear. This is delightful. It makes me very happy. I had a 5 use goal on it and I used it once. Mr. Mercedes, item a rich lady would have, something expensive. Like one of the last things I got from Influencer, because I stopped reviewing the products that they were sending me because I didn't have time. One of the last things I got sent was this YSL like kind of lip balmy thing. So I brought this in. It's actually really nice. There it is right there. I brought this in for a 5 use goal. I used it 3 times, so a little bit better. Revival, an item that cures or fixes something. I have this Clinique Even Better Clinical Radical Dark Spot Corrector. I did not use it, obviously, but you'll be seeing that very, very soon. 37, The Outsider, an item you have 2 of or a dupe. I have 2 of these Safari Rain palettes because I love it so much. And I had a No Pan Left Behind goal on it, and the only shade I did not manage to use was this one, but this is such a good palette. I think they still actually have it on their website, so I would really recommend it. It is gorgeous. And let's see, one more. Later, an item tied to a memory. I had this NYX Glitter Goals liquid lipstick in Cherry Quartz. I bought this when I went to New York with my sister, and we actually went to the NYX store 4 years ago now. Holy God. But it's like red, but then it's got this pink glitter. It's a very pretty lippy. I don't know why I haven't used it pretty much at all in the 4 years since I bought it, but I used it 5 times out of 10. So that is the finale for round 1. Hopefully I can edit that into something watchable, thanks to Madeline. So as I said, the round 2 is a little bit different. There's more prompts. It's only a year-long project. Round 1 actually started September 6th because that was when his latest book released, and then it ended today because it's Stephen King's birthday. This version only goes from the 21st of September to the 21st of September. And there's really not a whole lot of rules. I'm just going to do same as I did before, 6 prompts at a time, totally random. And I am, well, one, as kind of an aside, one, I'm way minimizing the number of projects I'm doing in the coming year because it was just getting too overwhelming. I felt like I wasn't using my stuff. And 2, I'm going to make smaller usage goals on things when I do make usage goals, because 10 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have, something like maybe 30 different face products in various categories and they all have 10 uses on them, it gets really hard to make any noticeable progress on anything in the month unless you totally ignore things. So I don't want to do that. So that's just like the little caveat before we start. So the first one that or I guess Madeline, because I let her do the totally random app because she likes hitting the button and spinning the wheel. The Dead Zone, an item you had a feeling and were right about. So when we were in Vegas, one of the things I got at the CCO, they had like the little bags and you could get 6 samples and it was like $15. I've never tried anything by Tom Ford. That brand is way too bougie for me, and it's not cruelty free, and I went off the cruelty free rails when we were in Vegas, but what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so it doesn't count. But I bought this, one of the things that I got for the samples is this Traceless Soft Matte Primer, because I'm like, I want to try something from Tom Ford. But I didn't think it was going to be like anything that's worth the money. And I was right, because I've used this like 2 or 3 times at least so far. And while it's not bad, it doesn't do anything to like make my makeup look bad. It doesn't break me out. It's just, you could probably find something for much cheaper that does the same thing. So I'm going to bring this into finish. Then for the Colorado Kid, an item you don't know where it came from. That's where you're going to see this Clinique sample again, because I don't know if this is from Ulta or Sephora or the CCO, but I actually don't even know when in my skincare routine I'm supposed to use this, what time of day. I need to look that up. That's basically why I didn't use it before, because I'm lazy. But I'm going to use that for that prompt. Then we have like a whole bunch grouped together. Joyland, an item used on a favorite summer destination. I mean, in the summer in general, I like to use this Pacifica C&C Sheer Face Serum with SPF 55, and I take it when I travel. So wherever I go on summer vacation, I take this with me. I'm about like a third of the way done with this, so I'm just going to finish it for this project. It'll probably take me a little bit, but it shouldn't take more than 2 months, I would imagine. Then for Mr. Mercedes, item a rich lady would have expensive. Well, this is, I am fairly sure, well, not fairly sure. I am positive this is the most expensive palette in my collection, and it is my Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. So I'm bringing this in for No Pan Left Behind. Oh, and the other thing I also decided is for any given, like this doesn't count for products. This won't count for projects that I currently have on the go, but like going forward, I am going to try my best not to bring in more than one eyeshadow palette per project at a time because it gets a little overwhelming. Anyway, then Gwendy's button box, a gift or item you wished for. When we were in Vegas, Jaylon brought a couple of us. She had found these blushes at her local TJ Maxx and she brought them and gave them to us while we were in Vegas. It is Benefits Rockateur. I have used it a couple of times and it is very pretty. Oh, what is that? Oh, I think that's lipstick. So there that is. I don't know why I'm doing that. 5 uses on that. And then for Sleeping Beauties, item used at bedtime. I don't know what she's doing. I have this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel Moisturizer. Again, this is something that I bought in Vegas because I had a skin reaction to one of the products I bought. Because I had a skin reaction to one of the product. My God, I cannot talk. I had a skin reaction to one of the products that I brought with me, and I needed a really hydrating moisturizer, and I was like, I was not paying attention when I bought this. So $30 friggin' dollars for, no, it's not worth $30, but oh well. I use this at night because despite it being a Hydro Boost water gel, I feel like this is not super moisturizing. So it's actually perfect for nighttime because it doesn't it's not too heavy. So my goal will be to finish this. I don't use a ton of it at a time, but I would, if I'm not done with it by the next update, I'll be very close because I don't know if you probably can't see from the light, but I'm like down to here. There's not a lot left. So anyway, that is my finale and intro for King of Horror. Oh, and I should mention, she changed the hashtag. So for round 1, it was Horror King Pan, and now it's just King of Horror Pan. I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who is still subscribed, even though it's been quite a long time since my last video. Like I said, I just had such a busy summer with the kids, and then I was like, oh, once they start school, I'm going to have 2 hours in the morning before I have to go pick up Madeline. I'll be able to film a video a couple times a week. That has not happened yet, obviously, because as soon as they went back to school, I got absolutely slammed with work. So I have not really been around YouTube. I haven't really been watching videos. Obviously haven't been making videos, but I do want to thank everybody who stuck around. From this point forward, there's going to be a lot less videos from me, but hopefully they'll be more consistent. And I will try to keep up with my comments. I know I got so far behind, I'm just totally giving up on all of them from before this video. If you left me a comment, I greatly appreciate it. It's not going to get answered or replied to, I guess. And I may not comment all the time, but I do still watch videos here and there. It's just been really busy. And it doesn't really look like it's going to get any less busy. I just need to tone down my panning a little bit. It was getting a little bit too overwhelming. But anyway, that is it. And I hope this video wasn't too much of a rambly, interrupted mess. But I will see you in the next one. Bye.